Shaking up the sandbox again. Huh. Oh, right. So Kat told me what this is. So you're going to be able to do an uncharged melee and a charge melee. So the auto melee is what we currently have. And it sounds like you will have an option for that. Charge melee is the new action that will always activate your charge melee ability upon button press, regardless of whether an enemy is in lunge range. Pressing the input when your melee ability is not fully charged will perform no action and cause the melee ability icon to flash red. Ooh. Uncharged melee is a new action that will always activate your uncharged. Okay, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is... I'm like, if I play the game, I'll probably set it up, to be honest with you, but I won't actually use it. Auto melee is what I would have set for my regular melee button, and then I would do a different button for an uncharged melee. The only character that I really see myself using this with is Hunter, for sure. Okay. We don't need to read all that. Long-term ability plans. Ability balance pass? For season 15, blah, 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 yada. Stasis Freeze. Players who were frozen in the air had to wait until they hit the ground to start the breakout process. Frozen players can now initiate breakout while airborne. Shorten breakout animation and camera transition. This means that once you decide to break out, you'll be able to fight back sooner. That's legit. Differentiated long freeze and short freeze visual treatment to make each status easier to identify. Slide. Okay, this is what everyone was complaining about on Twitter. The goal of this slide change is to slightly reduce the effectiveness of sliding into engagements to gain the upper hand. Even after the shotgun changes we made last season, sliding into every engagement with a shotgun or any weapon is still incredibly effective, and running gun playstyles are very low risk. Are they? Like, dude, as someone who's not good at that, it does take skill. People are always like, it doesn't take skill. No, it does take skill. It's just that that's all they do, so they're really good at it. I find the people who complain about it the most are people who can't do it. This is a change that looks scarier on paper than it feels in practice, in our opinion. Okay, so while sliding, players now incur the following weapon penalties, so it sounds like it's live. Minus 20 stability. Plus 15% shotgun pellet spread. That sounds like a lot. And 1.5 times flinch. Interesting. Okay, well... I don't know, dude. Titan. I didn't recognize an armor set. Rally Barricade doesn't see much use. That's because you guys got rid of the auto fire, like the no reload. You got rid of that. So why use Rally Barricade? So we've made changes to make it a more viable option. It retains the same reload speed benefits as before while adding other weapon buffs. So with Rally Barricade, you'll get plus 30 stability, plus 10% range, and minus 50% flinch. Okay, that's worth trying. I don't really see a use for that in PvE. PvP, though, it could be crazy. All barricades. Currently, certain fast-moving abilities allow you to speed through an enemy barricade while taking minimal damage. The goal of this change is to make players think twice before dashing through a barricade to engage the Titan on the other side. Barricades still can't cause lethal damage, but dashing through one should now always leave you with a sliver of health. Okay, I've been murdered by barricades, so, like, you need to have full health then if you're going to go through. Players moving at high velocity now take more damage when moving through hostile Titan barricades. Barricades now slightly protrude into the ground to better protect the Titan's feet on uneven ground. And this should reduce instances where explosions and projectiles are able to sneak through the bottom of the barricade into the Titan. Now, what about when you're running along and you stop and you put the barricade down, but the action cancels because you haven't been standing still for a second? That needs to be fixed. If you activate your ability, it should happen. It should just happen. Behemoth. We feel we overdid the movement speed nerf to Behemoths last season. So with Cryoclasm, well equipped, base slide now shatters crystals and frozen enemies. That's cool. Increased duration of screen FX notifying players that Cryoclasm long slide is ready from 1 second to 4.5 seconds. With Shiver Strike, increased movement speed by 25%, and Whisper of Rhyme fixed a bug where the overshield provided by Whisper of Rhyme was not scaling precision damage correctly. The Titan looks like a moth? Yeah, dude. It's weird. I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at. That's the Fallen armor, right? It looks like Fallen armor. I didn't even farm that shotgun. I wanted it to, but I just couldn't get myself to play the game. Oh, there's more. Middletree Sunbreaker. For the throwing hammer, they increase the time before the hammer explodes after hitting the ground from 6.5 seconds to 10 seconds. Okay, that's cool. And they increase damage versus powerful PvE combatants by 50%. Wow! Oh, damn. Top and bottom tree Striker. Oh, I like Striker. They feel that some of the melee-based supers are at a bit of a disadvantage. Yes, 100%. So Fists of Havoc increased slam detonation radius by 14%. Yes. Reduce slam damage fall off. Yes. And reduce slam attack activation cost from 21 to 18%. All right, legit. Middletree Striker. That's Rocket Man. Inertia Override increased duration from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. I have no idea what that is. Sliding over an ammo brick now grants 20% melee damage. Yowza! That's an easy, stupid ability. Top Tree Sentinel. I believe that's Void. Yes, the bubble. The following change refers to the Ward of Dawn bubble itself and not players inside the bubble. Currently dropping a Ward of Dawn on top of a boss is a no-brainer because it's so effective. Yeah, but the bosses stomp you out, which is stupid. The goal of this change is to reduce the breadth of encounters solved by Ward of Dawn. I swear. Ward of Dawn increased damage taken from bosses from a quarter to 7 times at 0. So this is damage to the bubble? Damage taken can scale down to 0.25 times based on the owner's resilience stat. Interesting. So bosses can destroy the bubble, I guess, way easier. Kind of like, dude, I put my Well of Radiance down in a GM Nightfall one time, and the boss immediately shot the sword, and boom, it disappeared. That's how you get rid of a Well of Radiance, guys. You shoot the sword in the center. It takes damage. And yeah, GM bosses can one-shot it. Hunter. Silence and Squall increase Squall movement by speed by 20%. Squall Storm now stops when it touches a boss. Nice. Okay, that's good. Withering Blade increased projectile speed and tracking by 10%. So that is the melee that they screwed up, because that was a cool melee, and they over-nerfed it. I never complained about them nerfing it, but they over-nerfed it. Middletree Gunslinger. The best tree. Knife Trick increased burning duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Okay, that makes it more viable. Top Tree Gunslinger. I hate Golden Gun. It's so boring. 6-shooter. Damage fall off now starts at 25 meters instead of 20. Okay, so they buffed it. Arc Strider. So this is Hunter Arc. Arc Staff extended passive super duration from 16 seconds to 20. Increased heavy slam detonation radius from 5 to 6 meters. Increased damage versus PvE combatants by 33%. Someone told me that they buffed all the supers, and yeah, it sounds like that. Kind of. So Ward of Dawn got nerfed. Bubble got nerfed. Top Tree Arc Strider, Deadly Reach, increased duration from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. So they didn't really touch the tree. I like bottom tree. Lightning Weave for middle tree, dealing damage with Tempest Strike, and now triggers Lightning Weave. Timer can now be extended by dealing damage with any weapon. I found that the charged melee in bottom tree was really good for keeping me alive. Middle tree Nightstalker, Spectral Blades. Reduced damage reduction during super from 52 to 47%. And reduced additional DR. What's DR? When visible from plus 5% to 3%. When invisible. What is DR? Damage range. No. I have no idea what it is. Oh, damage reduction. Okay. I'm assuming. My problem, they didn't need to change it, except you should be easier to kill. I have thrown Nova bombs at these guys and was unable to kill them with a Nova bomb to the face. Like, Spectral Blades is too hard to kill. It's when you get someone who knows what they're doing, it's the hardest super to kill. All right, Warlock. This is my wheelhouse. Stasis, Winter's Wrath, reduce shatter pulse damage versus close range supers. Warlock must now freeze and shatter twice to defeat players in Burning Maw, Fist of Havoc, Sentinel Shield, Nova Warp, Arc Staff, or Spectral Blades. Okay. That's fine, because those are supers. Top Tree Dawnblade, Celestial Fire, reduce tracking cone angle. Arming Shape, proximity detonation now shrinks over time. Reduce detonation size by 1 meter. And damage fall off increased at short distances. Is that the melee? You killed a Spectral Blade with Witchender and lost it. You laugh so freaking... Dude, my shotties from Iron Banner and the new raid, I killed a few Spectral Blade guys with those shotties, but now they're nerfed. Icarus Dash now provides 1 air dodge every 4 seconds. Is that buffed? While under the effects of heat rises increased to 2 dodges every 5 seconds. What was it? Having access to do back-to-back. Oh, no. That's right. You could do 2 back-to-back. Okay. Yeah, nice screw up there, Bungie. That's how PvP screws up a class. That's not even a good class to use in PvE. Like, I hate it. But Icarus Dash was cool. It was like the one reason to use it. It's whatever. Heat rises increased duration from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Nice. That's a buff. Increase the time extension awarded for air kills while heat rises is active. The extension duration differs based on the type of enemy killed, and your location now appears on enemy radar when using heat rises. Okay, that's fair. I don't like people not being visible on the radar in PvP. I think that's BS. Middletree Dawnblade, like Ward of Dawn, dropping a well on certain bosses is a no-brainer because it's so effective. The goal of the below changes is to reduce the breadth of encounters solved by Well of Radiance and make Burly Wells a conscious choice by the Warlock. Burly? Additionally, we'd like to make Well of Radiance more effective in the Crucible. You will have more survivability while... I'm staying open-minded here. You'll have more survivability while in the well, and you won't be able to be frozen or slowed by stasis users. That makes sense, because, like, I know when I'm bottom tree solar, if on a Titan and I'm standing in a sunspot, you can't freeze me. Or if you do freeze me, I immediately become unfrozen. It's pretty cool. So sunspots. If you're a Titan, sunspots are really good against stasis. Yo, Keebs, how's it hanging, dude? You will have more survivability while in the well, blah, 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 blah. The well sword can be frozen and shattered, but it takes multiple freezes and shatters before being destroyed. You know what you could do is if you're running with a Titan, put the well down and have a Titan put a shield in front of the sword. Well of Radiance, increase damage taken from bosses by 0.25 to 1.5. So if the boss shoots the sword, it's gone. This refers to the Well of Radiance itself and not players inside the well. Increased damage resistance buff versus enemy players from 20 to 40%. Players inside the Well of Radiance are now immune to Stasis Freeze and Slow, and the Well Sword can now be frozen and shattered by Stasis. Now, Wells are really hard to kill in PvP to where I just don't even waste my ammo on it, so I don't have complaints about that in PvP. Guiding Flame, increased duration from 7 seconds to 10 seconds, increased damage buff from 20 to 25%. Bottom Tree Dawnblade, this is the tree I enjoy if I play solar. It has felt a little lackluster, yeah, but it's gotten way better. Phoenix Dive, this is the cool one where if you press X, you slam down on, you like do this cool animation where you slam down on the ground and it heals you. Reduce delay before dive starts. It is, yeah, that's a buff. Can now input a direction to dive in that direction. Sweet! Kind of like the Rocket Man melee. Igniting touch ability reworks solar ability kills, and kills on burning targets now cause targets to explode and burn other nearby enemies, who will also explode if they die while burning. Yes. That kind of makes me want to log in and play the game, guys. Like, if you do a Sunshot build with that, oh my gosh. Oh, it'd just be like all over the place. Sounds great. Middletree Stormcaller. I still have Shadowkeep to play on my alt account. Like, we haven't played through that campaign. I should set up a day. We'll do Shadowkeep. I have a lot of time before I have to play it. So maybe next season. I don't know. I need this break. And when we go into Destiny to do the content, because we have paid for it, we will do the bare minimum. Like, I still need to finish the season content for this season too. We'll figure out a day. We'll do it. Okay. Middletree Stormcaller. I don't play this. This is what I call laser dick. I've used it in boss fights in VOG actually, but I like that Nova Bomb is really strong because people are like, well, use Nova Bomb instead. Yo, Mark, what's up, dude? So I will always go Nova Bomb over Middletree Arc any day because I have, dude, my Nova Bomb build's insane. Like, look up my Nezarec Sin video on YouTube and it's cool. It's all about just constantly having abilities. And you can actually go through a couple cycles in the right situations where you hardly ever use your gun. Look up Traveler's Chosen. Oh, I did a build thing on that. I did a Warlock Traveler's Chosen build. That's that sidearm that if you proc it and then you burn the perk, it refills all your abilities. I decided to do Traveler's Chosen with one of each of the different subclasses. So I did an Arc, Solar, and Void build. And I soloed Broodhold. I think I did Broodhold on all three. Maybe not. But I might have done a different strike for each one. But I hardly ever use Traveler's Chosen because I had abilities all the time. For all of them. Like, go check it out. It's cool. It's a cool video. So when I post this on YouTube, I'll put links to both of those videos in the description below. Can't talk. Where were we? These changes should lead to less instances of Chaos Reach dealing damage to enemies on the other side of a wall. Okay, good. Arc Beam sees too high use. It's too powerful in Crucible. It's often used as a shutdown super. It's just amazing how many times one guy will get super. And if his team is playing with them, all he has to do is like just use the super. And if he shuts it down early, he keeps some of his super energy. And he creates orbs for his buddies, who then, probably get their supers. It's insane. A skilled Chaos Reach person will give his team an incredible advantage. So Chaos Reach increased beam environment collision size to better match collision size with damage box. I have no idea what that means. Reduce beam damage radius in PvP by 20%. Okay, cool. So they made only a PvP change, which is, I approve. By 20%, that might make a decent... It might not make a difference, guys. Let's be real. I mean, some of these changes that they make seem huge, but sometimes they end up not really being that big of a change. But I think 20%, so let's see how it works. Reduce beam and endpoint sphere radius in PvP by 33%. Good stuff. 100% agree. Yeah, if you go up against Chaos Reach in PvP, you're whatever. Uh-oh. Okay. I've been a Bottom Tree Stormcaller main since I started Destiny 2, so I get a little scared when they mention this. I love it. Arc Soul increased duration from 12 seconds to 13 seconds. Increased fire rate by 10%. We might have to go into Iron Banner this weekend, guys. I just kind of want to screw with people. Like, I probably can't aim any guns right now, but... What if we did a 6-stack of Bottom Tree Stormcaller with, we'd all have Arc Souls, because we're Bottom Tree, but then we would also use the gauntlet that you can change your grenade into an Arc Soul. That is toxic. Toxic. Like, and the duration's a second longer, which, that combo. Electrostatic Surge, I believe, isn't Electrostatic Surge where you get a higher, what is that? I don't know. I've never really known what that is, but now increases sprint speed when allies are near. Cool. How about enemies? Okay, Landfall. I love Landfall, and I use this in PvP. Like, I'll hover over doors, and then when the enemy walks through the door, I'll press F and murder him usually. It's great. It now fires 5 arc ground projectiles on cast. What? We might have to do a Destiny stream on Monday and test this stuff out. Sounds kind of... Getaway Artist. Yes, yes. There you go. Trying to finish the GMs. I don't know. I wonder if I should contact DAG and try to get GMs done. Middletree Voidwalker. I could work with Jay, too. I don't know if Jay would want to do that, though, because... Well, he's been, like, terrorizing himself in VOG. When does the season end, Keeps? Middletree Voidwalker. I don't use this. This used to be fun, and then they over-nerfed it. Nova Warp increases damage versus PvE combatants by 73%. Oh my god! Yes! Like, yes! It was useless in PvE. I'd be like, why would anybody use this? That's amazing! Holy wah! No longer slows movement speed while charging. Excuse me, or charged. Now detonates on cast. Okay. They made it fun. Like, what? What's going on here? Handheld Supernova increased damage versus PvE combatants by 100%. Yowza. Hell yeah. Increased hold time from 2.5 seconds to 3.2 seconds. That's cool. Okay. Alrighty. Next. Improving the powering of stasis experience. What is that? Blah, blah, yada, yada. Lots of stuff. Starting in Season 15, our Darkness Gun and Europa the Exo Stranger will now reveal more information on how to complete the tasks required for earning more stasis power. How about not being boring? The Gauntlet. Tabletop fundraiser. Yeah. Cool stuff. Epic log. Crossplay names. This is the part I don't like. People you play with are over the pond and have gone to bed. Are you on PC or console? What GM is this week? Are you doing all of them? August 24th. That must be season reset. I guess that answers my question. The display name on the first platform that players log in with your Destiny to play Destiny 2 beginning at 10 a.m. on August 24th will become the player's Bungie name. Okay. If you're on Steam, change your name to what you want it to be. You're on PC? I'll do some GMs with you. We could get probably Kaz in. Or if you have another person, but yeah, I do need to do GMs. I might drink though, because I gotta make it fun. Platform ID numbers, non-standard characters, and symbols will be removed and excluded. That's sad. If a name violates the code of conduct, it will be changed to Guardian. That's how it should have always been. You didn't need to ban the raid guy. Guardian. So on Battle.net, if someone reports your name, it's changed to BNet player. I see you, BNet. Insight Terminus, Inverted Spire, and Saber. Oh. Dude. Inverted Spire is easy. Insight Terminus, I can walk people through that too. That's not too bad. That was one of the hardest GMs I ever did. In Season 1, it was hard. Not Season 1, the first season of GMs. And then the second time it came around, it wasn't that bad. Name changes won't be available until a later update. Okay, so you will be able... They're probably going to charge you like Battle.net does. What do you want to bet, guys? They're going to be like, $10 to change your name. For Steam players, your Steam profile name, not your Steam account name, will become your Bungie name. Okay, so I think... I'm currently Diebear TTV. I need to change that, especially since we're now streaming full-time on YouTube. Been fighting Insight Terminus. The end is rough with that void burn. Dude, Insight, I can help you with Insight Terminus. Yeah, there's a trick to that, and it'll be easy. It's crazy. You need a sniper. Actually, I have the video on my YouTube page. If you look at my GM Nightfall playlist, I think there's one Insight Terminus in there. It was me and Nate and Senpai who did it, and that was a cool team. That was a really cool team. Claim your rewards. The following will be reset and become unclaimable when Season of the Whatever launches on August 24th. A season Bungie rewards, challenges, Vanguard tokens, Valor rewards, Infamy rewards, Splicer Servitor engrams, and Season 13 Season Pass items on the previous season page. Yes. So one thing that we've always done, I haven't claimed any engrams out of my season pass because when you're leveling up, you can go back and reclaim the previous season stuff. So this is season 14 that we're in. So you want to log into Bungie.net, look at the season pass, click on the season 13 or previous season link, make sure everything's claimed out of that on all 3 characters, and you're good to go. Season 14 is fine. That will carry over to next season. You can go to the website and claim those items later. And I think I'm willing to bet one of the reasons why they took armor out of it, and I'm not against taking armor out of it because I think it's something that should be earned, but a lot of us were not taking our armor out of the pass until the next season. So we would go in, level up our character, and let's say there was a chest armor that wasn't dropping for me. It was the only piece holding me back. I'd go into last season's pass and grab the chest armor, pull it out, and use that to level up. So if you have weapons that you haven't pulled out of the season pass, and this is why I don't pull weapons out either, you can use those for the same thing, because a lot of people have a hard time getting like power weapons, or like they're stuck on an energy weapon and they can just go into last season's pass and get it and bring up their average score. It's, yeah, we're good at manipulating the system. But and that's it for that. Known issues. Some players still have solstice fragments in their inventory. Logging out and back into the game to remove them. I did not turn all my stuff in. No, actually, I think I did turn them all in. I might have deleted all the shotguns, though. Alright, guys. That's it for the TWAB. That's it for the TWAB. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and subscribe star communities.